if I could just ask you to pause real quick and for our audience,
Yeah,
because we don't have all UA experts, and I'd love to have this conversation be as accessible as possible. So when you talk about incrementality, and I think people kind of get the notion of like goal-based targets, but in terms of incrementality, if you could just kind of quickly explain what you mean.
absolutely. Sure. So incrementality refers to essentially installs, conversions, whatever that you would achieve or attain as a result, direct result of those ads. So they're incremental to some base level of organic installs, right? These also referred to as causal installs. Usually they're measured by something like a holdout test, right? Where you've got ads live in certain geographies or audience segments or whatever, and you've got a statistically comparable audience that you do not show ads to, and you look at subsequent behavior of those two respective cohorts. And when you do that, the delta in conversions, installs, whatever that you realize is the incrementality, the incremental installs. Now that differs from what you will see in a platform, which would be a post-exposure install, last touch, or U-shaped or whatever attribution model. But those two metrics are very different. And so what I'm describing here is that when you don't really care if you're doing geo-testing, for example, you don't really care about IDFA disappearing. It doesn't impact necessarily your ability to do those incrementality tests, but it obviously does impact the post-exposure way of measuring. And so the fact that trend that I described where you see the CPI spike after iOS 14 is indicative of it being a measurement issue, a perceived performance issue, and not a true performance issue, which is measured by the incrementality way.